Hello again, so welcome back, good to see you. Today I want to just go through a couple of suggestions of what you can do when the coding gets tough, so to speak. And in my case, what's happened recently in the last few weeks is I've had to actually jump on a number of projects. Now, you may have noticed if you're in the tech industry, if you're in a senior position, that you are overwhelmed with an immense workload. Almost everyone that I know that is in that situation is in such a situation. Now, during the beginning of this year, or over the last year before that, so 2023, the second half of 2023, and the first half of 2024, there was basically a storm, a wind, a hurricane that just went through and just basically wiped out a lot of positions a lot of people and a lot of positions that I knew, in particular full-time employees, not necessarily consultants and contractors. A lot of the engineers that I've been working with, amazingly intelligent, smart engineers, there just wasn't the work. And so as it dried up until probably the July this year, the positions disappeared. And then in the last, say, month, I would say, September, so it was like up until July, it's like quiet, then boom, I would say start of September, so August was still pretty quiet, and then September, I don't know what's happened. Maybe a lot of the management teams, executive teams realized that, hey, this AI thing isn't really going to fix the problems. Maybe that's part of it. The other part of it is the need for improving infrastructure, the need for improving and maintaining applications that are fundamental to a lot of businesses. And so what's happened is that I've got like three new, yeah, that's right, three new contracts come through. I've had to drop one because it's just too much to do. And another one that I've picked up, I've had to switch over to React. So what's happened now is that thankfully we have tools. And so when this coding situation gets really tough, we have to get coding, so to speak. And so with the help of certain the coding tools, like I would say this just released ChatGPT 01, it's actually really good to be able to ask it a question and have it spit out the kind of boilerplate that you need to get done. Now, the example I'm going to use is for React. I've done React projects, I've done React Native projects, but it's not front of mind. It's not what I was working on at this very moment, but I know all the principles about how to structure projects, the routing navigation, the screens, views, pages, the side views, slide on views, UI components, state management, hosting, all of these fundamental things. I have the concepts in my head. I know how it all works. The syntax and the actual way with which you build something is not that important when it comes to understanding the fundamentals. So you can learn the fundamentals within any syntax, right? It doesn't matter whether it's C, whether it's C++. Once you get these base rules done, then you can start off that as a baseline to use other tools to help you build boilerplate. At the end of the day, these tools aren't going to help you fix and build everything, but you have a starting point, and you can't trust these tools 100%. They are going to hallucinate, and you have to be mindful about that, and you have to watch out for it to happen. You can use it to generate things, and you can use it to help you along the way to switch over, to context switch to new languages that you kind of have worked with but you're not that familiar with. So for instance, one of the things I was considering is using Vue for VUE for building this project on the web project, but I thought I don't know enough and I don't trust myself enough to be able to catch the problems. Say for instance, if these generative model tools were to make a mistake, right? So that's what I would do. I went to React because it's what I knew, what I've worked with, and there's probably a lot of data that's been fed into these models about how to do it. Now, if I wanted to learn a new language like Go, I would still learn it from the ground up using a strategy of basically jumping onto a reference manual and just coding something. My general rule is coding a linked list, then coding a small game, and then looking at just file management and loading, doing file processing, things like that. So just sort of just general ideas and general programs and projects to build using languages. So one of my things right now is to actually build something in Go. I really want to do that. I've been meaning to do it forever, but But now, with all of this coding, all this work that's come up, I don't I don't foresee myself jumping into code and doing something in Go anytime soon. I'd sooner read a book on philosophy than code. Just to change things up a bit, to just not be in front of a screen and not do the same thing over and over again. So basically, that's it. Make sure that if you're in a position where you've got a lot to do, just trust yourself and use a few kind of bits of intuition where you at least you have enough information to start on the path of building something with something that you're not 100% familiar with. These tools will help you build something and get to where you need to go quickly, and also help you along the way. So it is a productivity increase, absolutely, but it's not a saving grace. It's like using a no-code tool to help you kind of build something, design something up, but not to actually build complex projects from beginning to end, because you're still going to need to code. You still need to know how all this stuff works, and this is like a helping hand, so to speak. Well, guys, that's it for today. I better get to it because I got a lot to do. So I'll see you next week. Catch ya. Bye.